In the time that Kaylee and I have lived together and started to make these videos, we have created a cycle of obsession. We've actually, like, labeled and anthologized it. I don't know if that's the right word. You understand what I'm saying. Totally. We'd like to share it with you. The first part of this cycle is discovery. To use the example that we're going to use for the rest of these cycles, when you first discover Harry Potter. How old are you when you first discovered Harry Potter?
I think I was about 8. I was in 1st grade.
And I must have been about 7 or 8 too.
Yeah, it was right when it came out, because my grandma and I would race each other to read the books. When
I first read that first book, which was like probably 2nd grade for me, because I didn't learn how to read until 2nd grade, I was just like overcome with like, oh my god, like this is what an actual story is, and this is what characters. It was like my first exposure to anything like that.
And I think it also like is really important to a lot of people because like Harry was weird. Harry was like the different person. Right. And it was like the first thing, for me at least, where I was like, ooh, this is different. I'm different. Right. It's like okay to be different. Right,
and in fact it's because Harry's different, and because of his background, that he's able to do what he's doing. So, what most of us think of as a weakness is actually our greatest strength. Yeah, we haven't spent any time thinking about Harry Potter at all.
The second step in this cycle is devotion, and believe me, both of us know plenty about that.
I've read Harry Potter from book 1 to book 7, and then from book 7 to book 1, and then from book 1 to book 7, 3 times in a row.
I have every copy of the book in paperback and hardback. Actually, I have multiple copies in hardback. And later in life, when I'm living by myself, I'm going to live in a 2-bedroom so that I can have a Harry Potter room. We discovered a lathe in my grandpa's garage. What?
It spins wood really fast, and you can carve into it. So what did we do with this when we discovered it? We didn't make a table or anything. We made fucking wands.
That's awesome.
And when I'm just feeling a little bit sad, I pick it up and pretend to cast a spell. Like, Expelliarmus!
This nice Deathly Hallows tattoo that I get to explain, maybe on the daily basis, and it just makes me feel awesome. It was one time I went to Taco Bell, and this really old Hispanic man saw it and asked me about it, and I explained what it was, and then he goes, oh, I don't read or watch Harry Potter, I go to church.
So the third step in the cycle is discarding. Emphasis on the quotes. There comes a point where, for the sake of your own sanity, and for the relationships in your life, you need to, like, just ease back a little bit on your devotion to something.
Like, calm down just a tiny bit.
We get it. You fucking love Harry Potter, but there's some other awesome shit that you've been missing while you've been reading that Harry Potter fanfic for the 3rd time this year. Game of Thrones was awesome.
Game of Thrones is awesome.
Comics are awesome. Movies are awesome.
Music is awesome. Yeah,
there comes a point where you just can't, like, maintain that energy level of devotion anymore, and you just have to put things on the back burner. That brings us to, like, it is a cycle. It's not, like, a linear path. You will rediscover the things, again, that you loved, and that's better, I think, than just staying devoted to it all the time.
It's such a nice feeling to come across something that you once loved and remember how much you love it. It's just a certain feeling that I don't think there's a word for it, but
I'm sure the Germans have some word for it. I haven't talked about Harry Potter, let's be fair, a week. We haven't thought about that in a long time, and that's why you need to discard things so that you can rediscover them later.